Hi everyone, welcome to our Custom Brand Manager tutorial. My name is Dean Gialamas and my wife Carolyn and I are senior managers with SendOutCards. And what we want to show you today is a really neat trick, a super easy and fancy way to step up your professionalism on your card backs for SendOutCards. And I'm going to open up our Custom Brand Manager and SendOutCards. And those of you that have this feature know already that you can essentially customize the real estate on the back of your SendOutCards. So when they go out to your customers, clients, family, and friends, they have a customized card back on them that allows you to include a message or a graphic or logo of your choice. In other words, your custom branding. But one of the things that the Custom Brand Manager does not allow you to do is something that we have available on ours, and that is we have multiple orientations of our card backs. What this means is that when we send a horizontal card or a card that's in a landscape format, we can now send cards using a card back that matches the orientation of the front of the card. That's pretty cool. Unfortunately, SendOutCards doesn't offer that as an option on the website. So what this tutorial is about is to give you a nifty way of making that happen using some low-tech, very simple tools that are probably on your computer already. You don't need Photoshop, you don't need fancy graphic or editing software. You don't even have to be a computer expert. I'm going to step you through this tutorial and show you how you can make these amazing card backs that come in different orientations, whether for personal or for business use. So if you are ready, why don't you grab a pen, take some notes, and I'm going to show you how we do this. We're going to do this in 3 simple steps. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to edit some settings in our PowerPoint. And I'm going to get PowerPoint started because I know I'm going to need that here in just a moment. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and design our graphic in PowerPoint. We're going to use PowerPoint to essentially create what our card back will look like. We have all the features and controls that PowerPoint allows us to do to import graphics, change text, change font, rotate images, anything we want to do. And then we're simply going to save this PowerPoint slide as an image. I'm going to show you those 3 easy steps. Again, edit the settings, design our graphic, and save the image, and then show you how to upload it to SendOutCards so you can have some amazing customized card backs that match the orientation of your card. So if you're ready, let's get started. The first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to go in and change some settings. And what I want to show you is that Microsoft actually has an amazing tutorial on this, basically a guide on how to change the export resolution settings for PowerPoint. Now this is for a PC. For Mac users, I'll explain in just a moment how simple it is to do on that. But what you're going to do is you're going to go into your little Cortana box down here or your search box, and you're going to type in this word here, Reg Edit, that I've highlighted. And what you're going to do is you're going to scroll through the folders, and depending on which version of PowerPoint you have, whether it's 2016, 2013, 2010, you're going to find this path. What this means is you're going to look for H key, current user, under the file software, subfolder Microsoft, Office, 14 PowerPoint options. And the only difference between these different versions is this number, 14, 15, or 16. And what we need to do is we need to change our resolution. So I'm going to go right down here to my little Cortana here, and I'm just going to type in Reg Edit. And what this will do is give me the ability to click on this run command, and it's going to open this box. And in this box, you'll see that it has H key current user. I can scroll software, then to Microsoft. And as I continue to go down, I'll find Office, then 14, and then my PowerPoint. And then when I click on options, I'll see this field here. What you want to do is you want to look for this export bitmap resolution file. This is the registry edit that we're going to change. And I'm going to double click on this. And what it's going to do is open this little dialog box. And it says edit D word. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on decimal. When you open this, if you've not changed this in the past, your number will show 96. That's because 96 dots per inch is what PowerPoint will export an image as. That resolution is too low to print on the back of a card. What'll happen is it'll come out fuzzy and grainy and won't look professional. This number here needs to be either 200 or 300. 200 works just fine. That's 200 dots per inch or 200 pixels per inch. So just go ahead and type in 200, replacing the number you have, making sure it's clicked on decimal, and then I'm going to click OK. That now has effectively changed my settings in PowerPoint, so when I export the slide as a graphic, it'll be a high enough resolution in order for it to print beautifully on the back of a card. Now, for those of you who are Mac users, I'm going to scroll down a little bit, and really all you'll need is these numbers here. So when you, on a Mac, save your PowerPoint as an image, there are no settings that you have to go and change. All you need to do is go to export, save or export as a JPEG, and when it gives you that screen, you'll have an option to type in a resolution, and you want to type in at least this minimum number I've highlighted, 2000 by 1500. That's the minimum number you want to put in. If you want a higher resolution graphic, you can use this 3000 by 2250. That will work for you on a Mac. For a PC, a regular computer, so to speak, we just changed our value to 200 dots per inch, and that's what gives us the same number, if you will, on our PC. So let's delve right in. We've changed our settings in our registry edit. Now let's go ahead and go right to PowerPoint and start working on our slide. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a custom card back that allows me to create a friendly card back. Let's say a card I'm creating for family and friends. I'm going to go ahead and delete these two boxes. I'm just going to click on them and delete them because I like to start with a blank or clean canvas. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to minimize my screen because I have my graphics ready here. And I'm going to take my first graphic, hover it right over the PowerPoint, and it'll drag it right in. So I'm going to go ahead and increase the size of this. This is a scroll G, and I'm going to click on Format, and I'm going to align it center just because I want it to be kind of perfect on this page. Next, I want to insert some text, so I can go right here to text box, and I can add in my box itself. And in the text box, I'm going to say, with heartfelt blessings from the Gialamas family. I'm going to go ahead and center that. I'm going to increase this text size to a larger font, and I'm just going to go ahead and scroll down looking for something that'll be a little nicer to have rather than just a Times New Roman font. And so I'm going to go ahead and move this up so it's just underneath that G. I'm going to also align the center just to make sure that it's all aligned. And now I have a beautiful scroll with a wonderful, heartfelt blessing text that's along with it. Next, I'm going to add just a customized piece. In this case, whether you're family or business, it doesn't matter. If you didn't want something that smelled like sales, you can just add your little logo. This is kind of like my little branding on the back of the card. Again, I'm going to insert a text box, and in it, I'm going to put www.cardiacards.com because that's our website. And then I'm going to add in our phone number in case anyone saw this card, was interested in it. It still allows me to have a What I did is I just aligned it centered, and I'm going to center the text. It still allows me to have a little bit of information on the back of the card without it feeling too salesy, right? I'm still able to include that, and it's just a small piece that's there. Now, you may not like the fact that this Cardia Cards is hyperlinked. I don't. It shouldn't print that way on the back of a card. So to remove that, if your computer does this automatically for you like it did on mine, just double click on it and then right click. And when you right click, you can just say remove hyperlink, and it will remove the blue and underline and make it similar to the text you want. So there you have it. We have effectively designed the back of our card. This is what it will look like on the back of a card. I'm going to save this, and I'm going to save this as a PowerPoint, and I'm going to save it to my desktop. And the reason why I'm saving it as a PowerPoint, I'm going to call this card back template, is because if I add it to the back of the card and realize that I want to make some changes at a later date, all I have to do is reopen the PowerPoint, make changes to my slide, and save it as a graphic. I don't have to recreate the whole thing all over again. So I highly recommend you just simply save it as a PowerPoint. Now here's where the cool trick comes in. This is where we're going to convert this PowerPoint slide into a graphic that we can upload into our SendOutCards Custom Brand Manager and make the back of our card spectacular. You ready? Here we go. We're going to click on File, Save As, and it's going to come up with a number of options. What we're going to do is where it says Save As Type, we're going to click on the little scroll button here, and we're going to go all the way down here to where it says JPEG. This is a very, very common and universal graphic format. We're going to click on JPEG, and because we've made our changes earlier to the dots per inch, this will save it as a high resolution file now. So I'm going to save it to the desktop, and now I'm going to have a card back template. It's going to ask me if I want to save every slide or current slide. I only have one slide, but anyways, I'm still going to click on current slide only. And now when I come to my desktop, you're going to see that I now have a graphic, and I'm going to open this up, and there's my graphic. This is a JPEG. This is not a slide. This is showing you in photos now that I have now this graphic. Now here's where one of the tricks comes into play. Right now, if I were to import this into my SendOutCards Custom Card Back Manager, it would end up showing just like this. In fact, it would be exactly like the scroll I have here. It would be the wrong orientation. So the trick we need to do is we need to go to our graphic itself. I'm going to right click on the image, and you'll notice that there's an ability to rotate right and rotate left. You're going to click on rotate right, okay? Rotate right. This will put this graphic in the proper orientation so that when I import it into my Custom Brand Manager, it'll be perfectly aligned with how my cards are made in a horizontal or a landscape format. So let's go back to our Custom Brand Manager, show you how we're going to do this. We're going to create a new card back. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the full image on the back of the card. I would recommend that you not select the one with the addresses, because on a horizontal card, the addresses are going to be sideways and they're going to look funny on the back of the card. So I just recommend that you don't use anything with addresses on the back. As I said, I like to use this image. I'm going to go to Photos. And because I've imported that image and uploaded it in a rotated right orientation, all I need to do is drag it on over to my custom card back. It's going to allow me to change the size and orientation a little bit. You can just pick a comfortable centered way that it looks on the back of the card. I can click on Done. And what I now have is effectively my custom card back that has a rotated right image. Now you notice I didn't rotate the image in SendOutCards. I had to do that earlier with my file. Let me go back here to Photos. For some reason that just didn't uptake, so let's try that once again. We'll click on Done. and we should have our custom card back there. So there's our custom card back. I'm going to click on done, and now we have just added, at the very end you'll see a custom card back now that's in a horizontal orientation that is perfectly aligned with the way that my card is. It's just that simple, and all you need to do now is when you send your cards with the Custom Brand Manager, you'll select that card for your horizontal cards, and they will look professional, they will look spectacular, and they will have a super, super cool and impressive look on the back of the card. Hope you've enjoyed the tutorial. If you have any questions that you need answered, feel free to get a hold of Carolyn or I, and we'll be happy to step you through it. So we hope you've enjoyed this nifty little trick on creating a brand new custom look using your Custom Brand Manager without any high-end graphic tools or Photoshop. Bye, everyone. Take care.